Welcome back, everybody. We are back for another exciting match of the week for SBL Season 9 here. We have a great match between Damage and Fury. And joined with me here is the wonderful Teasm14. Say hi to the fans, Teasm.
Hello, everybody. We got a great one tonight.
Yeah, I'm excited for this one. We got some interesting teams here, which we'll be looking at shortly here. So if we first take a look at Damage's team here, we have the main guy in the squad, Hoopa Unbound, which, it just hits really hard. We've been seeing a lot of big damage from it. Running actually a mix set this time, we have Hyperspace Fury, which is a physical move, and Psychic and Energy Ball, which are special moves. So Life Orb, of course, boosting all those. So no matter what it's going to be using, it's going to be hitting pretty hard. Another thing that, Damage just picked up is the Reggie Gigas. I'm curious to see how this is going to work out. Gigas he could be a scary guy if he's, fully set up, especially without Wheezing Neutralizing Gas, which would turn off its slow start ability. But I'm curious to see, usually I think matches against Fury, the hard Trick Room don't last that long. So I think it will be Wheezing's job to get the Gigas activated early.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we see two support guys in Tornadus and the Sinistra. The Tornadus running Rain Dance and Taunt to both kind of just disrupt Fury's general game plan, I think, with the Trick Room and the Sun team. Sinistra, of course, has Trick Room to both set Trick Room and counter set Trick Room, Rage Powder. It's also that Heat Proof set on Sinistra, which will help against the Sun. In fact, we got Special Infernape with Aura Sphere, Heat Wave, and Vacuum Wave, and I think I'll be curious to see how much damage that ends up doing.
Yeah, no, I saw the Infernape special. I was like, that's pretty interesting. But you still got Fake Out, so it's kind of nice. You can at least get 2 hits. So
yeah, it's pretty cool. Now we get to see Fury's team.
Yeah, Fury's bringing the normal heavy hitters that they normally do. Ursaluna Blood Moon, 3 moves. I don't know why it only has 3 moves. I don't know if that's actually right, but
it looks like Blood Moon, Hyper Voice, and Earth Power Impact, right? The Blood Moon is the
Yeah, maybe it's just like a crap, but still.
Yeah, I know what. Yeah.
Yeah, Torkoal got Yawn this time. Maybe he can put someone to sleep. Still doing Chlorophyll, Sleep Powder strats. I like the After You on it. Maybe get Torkoal to really pop off, or Ursaluna. Oranguru doing the normal Instruct stuff. I think that Oranguru got popped last week by somebody. I can't remember who, or it either got doubled up. So maybe we could see Fury try to.
I think we got a strong bug move, right? Just to show the Oranguru. Yeah.
Oh, so maybe Fury's got a little better tech to keep it alive this round. Crawdont, the last few matches for Fury, the MVP, I would say, going off as always, and then the Volt Absorb Jolteon, which I don't know if Spencer has any electric moves, but maybe Jolteon could be a good bring because of Tornadus and stuff like that. It's probably similar speed tiers and
it'll be pretty strong overall. I think the Terras are kind of interesting. I think on this team we have Ursaluna with the Terra and Torkoal the Terra, and it looks like they're both like stab Terras, just looking for that big damage, right? Terra Normal, Ursaluna, Terra Fire.
That's actually funny.
So I think Fury's aiming here to just get Trick Room set up and do big damage. Like you said, we see that Crawdont do a lot of work, right?
Yeah.
So and then I guess I didn't mention Terra's on Damage's team. We have the Terra Ghost on the Hoopa, which is that'll be interesting. One interesting thing is that if you use the Neutralizing Gas to turn off the Ursaluna Blood Moon's ability, then it can't hit. It can't hit, ghost types anymore. It's normal moves, so that could be interesting. I don't exactly remember what Damage's other Terra is at the moment. It might be Sinistra with the Terra Grass, but I'm not sure. We'll end up seeing. Yeah.
Yeah, we're getting really close to getting the game, I think, folks. We're just, I think it's starting here.
Yeah. Okay, looks like we're already in it. If
right.
We have the Infernape.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I see the Infernape and the Hoopa, big damage going and then into Crawdont and the Jolteon on the other side, right?
Yeah, and he's not using Fake Out. He's just going for the attack to maybe get a quick kill or maybe to bait out the non-protect or protect turn. So.
Yeah, how this goes. Man, Hoopa is really a large guy in game, isn't he?
Yeah, he looks crazy looking actually. The very it's cool seeing the mythicals, I guess, because they're very niche.
Yeah.
Right.
We see the instant Terra from Hoopa. It looks like going to the Ghost type. Interesting to see from Fury, not like really a trickery mode, like just leading just attackers, right? To like, you know, maybe surprise damage with like damage might think, oh, I'm gonna lead. Fury's gonna lead Oran Guru, for example. We do see the Volt Switch though. That does pretty good damage. It is Specs Volt Switch. It looks like.
Yeah, he must have. I bet Fury was expecting like a Tornadus lead or something, and then the Groudon just I don't know. It's kind of threatens this Hoopa now big time. So
yeah, being the Ghost type, right? It's a big deal. Here comes the big hitter, Ursaluna. We see an Aura Sphere.
Yeah.
Oh, that does just take out the Groudon.
Yeah, I was worried about that.
Yeah, no offensive item on the Infernape, but just a sash. So Groudon just not having that much bulk. And then wow. Was that a Hyperspace Fury coming out? That was very strong.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I didn't recognize the animation, so it must have been.
Huge damage coming out. Now we see the Jolteon coming back and the shiny Jolteon. Huh. I think this lead from damage seems pretty versatile because damage is probably just expecting Trick Room stuff, but just like using attacks, like Hoopa just hits so hard with the Life Orb and the Infernape, like it kind of just like rips the team, I feel like. Hoopa is threatened here by like a Specs Electric move from Jolteon, right? So it is going to feel a little pressured if it doesn't want to get KO'd to switch out, you know, defensively.
Yeah, definitely. I think, Fury's kind of in a weird spot because Jolteon's faster than everybody, but it doesn't have a good move to hurt anybody. It's just running like all electric moves, so.
Yeah. Oh, we're actually seeing the Protect from Hoopa, so bringing in the Sinistcha. So Sinistcha obviously having that Rage Powder support for all the moves that Jolteon might want to use. Oh, it is Discharge though.
Okay, cool.
Oh, Discharge is pretty cool. That's going to bypass the Rage Powder. So that's actually gonna be pretty tricky for damage, right? Because that, you know, Specs Discharge could probably take out that Hoopa. So and we'll see. It is Specs, right? So
yeah. Spencer does also have he can easily just swap it out and look to pivot because
that's true.
Wheezing.
Yeah, so looking at the Weezing's coming in here, just like a defensive, I think, kind of switch. And then again, having that other effect of where Ursaluna used the Ghost move into the Sinistcha, now that's actually not going to work thanks to neutralizing gas.
Oh, yeah. Because that's very possible that he could have tried to Blood Moon the... Oh, okay, swap.
Oh, but this one actually, switches out. Into...
Torkoal? Yeah,
Torkoal. This is coming out. Does
we don't like
most
that,
damage? Oh, but the self paralysis. Obviously, Torkoal doesn't care that much about its speed. Oh, okay. Actually, that's 2 out of 3.
One more.
No. Oh, yeah, the air balloon on the Weezing.
Torkoal might die. Oh, he avoided. That's what he needed.
Yeah, Magikarp actually did end up with this Torkoal, but good damage into the Jolteon. But again, while the Discharge is threatening the allies, it's also doing decent damage to, you know, the Weezing, whether it's the Weezing or the Hoopa. I mean, it's only really the Sinistcha that's taking the electric moves that well, right? So, like, that could be a trade that's worth it to just keep discharging and you know, especially if you switch back into Ursaluna, which can take no damage from the Discharge. That is, like, an interesting play.
Yeah, the Jolteon's actually kind of popping off because Spencer's having trouble even trying to deal with it. Like right now, he's like, man, I can't attack it very well. Like he can't like put it in a weird spot. Like I don't know, he's definitely on the back foot trying to deal with the Jolteon a little. But
and Fury kind of has this speed sandwich, right? Where you have Jolteon, which is the fastest thing on the field, and then you also have the Torkoal, which is definitely the slowest thing on the field with the paralysis. We're gonna see another Discharge and a Protect to keep that Torkoal safe, which I think makes a lot of sense. This should probably just... Oh, right, Weezing does protect itself, so it just will be the Sinistcha. But all Sinistcha we can really do here is either click Matcha Gotcha or potentially a Trick Room. That was a critical hit.
Like
okay, just going for damage. Yeah, just going for the damage on that Jolteon. Makes sense, but and that's decent damage. But that right slot, the Weezing slot, is, you know, something's gonna get KO'd. I think in that slot this turn, whether it's the Weezing or Well, I mean, the Inferno has still the sash, but Damage just be very, very careful about what he actually ends up switching in, right?
You maybe swap the Torkoal and bring Blood Moon back out, or Ursa, and
yeah, looks like that might be what's happening here. Makes sense. The discharge just is working, right? So you just want to make sure you're in the best position on your side to take care of it. Discharge coming out. Takes out the Wheezing. This is a few discharges now that have gone into the Sinistra, so I wonder if we're ever going to see a paralysis. Show some gas drains off. And then Machagacha, though, coming out, that will take out the Ursa, right? And take out both. So Damage doing a good job of stalling out the Jolteon and getting those 3, I think, Machagachas into the, like, that's the way he can take care of it. And now he's, again, in a great situation because he can bring in Hoopa or bring in Infernape and be the fastest thing on the field again.
Yeah, I think the broken leg turtle is the only thing left on the other side, so...
Yeah, so... Yeah, it can probably just be that, yeah, Hoopa, any move most likely from Hoopa should just be able to take out Torkoal, and we'll probably be going to a game... I mean, we'll be going to game 2 here, of course, no matter what. I guess the question is, if you're Fury, do you change your plan at all? Like, the Jolteon was looking pretty good. It was doing a lot of damage. Yeah. We didn't go Trick Room mode. We also didn't go, like, Lilligant, Chlorophyll mode, right?
Yeah.
So,
I think Crawdaunt is potentially not a great bring into this matchup. So I think they need to... I don't know. Even the Chlorophyll Sleep seems okay, but like Neutralizing Gas may have a big problem with that because I think Spencer's still gonna bring Wheezing no matter what. I think having that guy is good on his team.
Yeah, the Lilligant is tricky, right? Because, yeah, like you said, you lose the Chlorophyll. It's still stashed, though, so, like, worst case scenario, you know, you are getting something off, even if it's a slower sleep pattern, not, like, the fastest possible sleep pattern. I think you're right. Yeah, Crawdaunt wasn't looking that good, especially as a lead. If we do go for the more Trick Room mode, and kind of invert the speed order, then Crawdaunt obviously can come out under the Trick Room and threaten a lot of damage, right? Especially into that Hoopa, which has a pretty low defense stat. Crawdaunt can probably take that out with many of its attacks, I would expect. As far as damages side, like, yeah, like you said, the Wheezing seemed pretty good. The Sinistra did a lot of work, especially into that Jolteon, even with the spread move. I think Hoopa's gonna always come. We might, you know, so does Regigigas. It is an Assault Vest Regigigas. Oh, and looks like Damage will be picking that up because it looks pretty good. You know, the Jolteon, I don't know how much damage it'll be doing. I mean, it's still spec, so we'll have to see, right?
Yeah, that's funny. Literally just Wheezing Regigigas. You said we're going.
Yeah.
We're running it.
Yeah, that could definitely be pretty good. You just have to be a little worried about. Obviously, if you ever lose that Wheezing Regigigas, you know, it gets a lot more tricky with Regigigas. But yeah, well, let's see what ends up happening here, right?
Curious.
The Jolteon comes back, but this time with the Oranguru next to it, so probably look to try to set up Trick Room, right?
Yeah, and Gigas has knockoff, so that's scary for Oranguru, but Oranguru has Mental Herb, so doesn't have to worry about Taunt.
Right, so yeah, there is Taunt on the Wheezing, like he's right, but like since it's Mental Herb, yeah, exactly. But I don't know if a single knockoff, depends how this Oranguru is trained, I don't know if a knockoff will necessarily take care of it, you know? Kind of depends.
Oh, he's gonna knock off and then taunt it? Holy shit.
Oh, yeah, that would work.
That's crazy. That's actually a crazy play.
That's a good play. I think Fury here, Volt switching out, trying to mostly get in a Trick Room sweeper, thinking that they will be able to set Trick Room. But I'm not, yeah, I think with the knockoff and the taunt, that should disable Trick Room if that's the move that was clicked, right?
Yeah, because here comes Blood Moon. Ursa.
Yeah, that's a knockoff.
Wow.
Does more than half, does good damage. But yeah, mainly that Mentor coming off. And then the taunt coming out. That's a pretty great play by Damage shutting down Trick Room. So yeah, I went for Trick Room. The only non-attacking move Oranguru even has is Foul Play, which, you know, could do decent damage to Gigas with its higher attack stat. But definitely a great position here for damage, right?
Yeah, because it really sucks. It's either you almost want to sack the Oranguru or I don't know, swapping it out. Like, how much value can you get out of it later in the game? Like, I don't know. It's tough right now tough call to make.
Yeah. We're kind of in an awkward spot with this Weezing a little bit because I feel like it kind of did its job, and now its job here is to just stay to enable the rigid dance. But it kind of can't do that much, right? We're going to see the Terra on the Blood Moon, so notably a Sludge Bomb is now not resisted if there was a double in that slot. But yeah, we'll see what happens here. There's going to be a double edge coming out. Does more than half damage, but the recoil could add up here for sure. Sludge Bomb coming out, doing keep about half to the Orange. We're also poisoning it. But if we see like a Hyper Voice here, well, then you can put the Struck. That's big problem.
Yeah,
that's big damage though. Yeah. Hyper Voice is gonna take out the Gigas for sure, and do big damage to the Weezing.
Yeah, that was nice. Yeah, I think Spencer got what he needed out of Gigas there, so I think he was probably like, let's just double edge and see what happens. But
yeah, I think that makes sense. We got a lot of good damage on that team, but Blood Moon, yeah, even if you don't trigger him up, it's still, it still has a lot of bulk and it's still doing big damage, right? So it's gonna be up to damage here to bring something in to kind of, mitigate that Blood Moon a little bit. I think either of these options, we see the Inferno or the Hoopa, right?
Yeah, fake out with Vacuum Wave or Aura Sphere. Obviously, he's way faster than both of these guys right now.
Yeah.
And then
speed's not an issue, right?
So yeah, Hoopa's probably
again
a little safer, but
another cool play here is if damage goes to the Terra Ghost, then again the normal move. Fury can't go for a spread Hyper Voice, for example, right? That might not end mattering. We might just take out the Ursula right here. Opting for the Psychic, which makes some sense. Ursula has a lot more physical defense than it does special defense. So I'm assuming we're going to see that Ursula going down this turn. And here comes the Inferno switching in, taking advantage of the positioning, switching in for that reason. Yeah, Psychic comes out here. Yeah, and pretty easily just takes that Ursula, right?
Yeah. Foul Play could do an okay amount to the Hoopa, though.
He has a very high attack step. Right?
Yeah.
Let's see how much this does. Actually, I'm curious. Yeah, good half-ish damage, right?
Yeah, half-ish.
Oh, but the poison's actually going to finish off Orangura here.
Yep. So we got Jolteon and someone else?
Yeah, Jolteon in the back.
Probably Torkoal, I'd guess, but
yeah, Torkoal will make the most sense, right? If you were
it's fucking Crawdon. Let's go.
So the one thing I'm seeing is, I bet this Hoopa is in Aqua Jet range of the Crawdon.
Yeah.
There is Fake Out on the board now, but also the Jolteon is going to outspeed both. Both the Infernape and the Hoopa, so it could do big damage, right? You don't want to click Discharge, obviously, into your own Crawdon, but a Thunderbolt, could be a pretty big deal. So there's a Terra Ghost option. It's interesting. Not sure exactly what that does here. I guess if Jolteon wanted to lock into Alluring Voice, right, that would be a super effective attack onto the Hoopa. Also, so no reason not to spend it. So the Fake Out here will probably be very useful because we will be avoiding an attack from Crawdon, right?
Yeah, they need to probably protect Crawdon. I don't know though.
So we're gonna see the Terra Ghost. I think more damage is just using the Terra just to use it. There's no downside. It just lets you avoid taking the Alluring Voice damage if needed. Right, but we're gonna see the Fake Out come out into the Crawdon. Jolteon should move next here though. Thunderbolt coming out, it's gonna, I'd say, bring the Inferno down to Sash, right? And Hyperspace Fury into the Jolteon does just take it out as we get this.
I was gonna say.
And I think this is not looking good for Fury because both of these Pokemon, the Hoopa and the Inferno, can take out the Crawdon in just one attack, whether it's the Energy Ball or it's the fighting move attack from the Crawdon, and Crawdon can only take out one, right? So
I would have done Vacuum Wave just to see.
Yeah, fair. You just get a little dangerous with Aqua Jet stuff, but it should never. Yeah, it should be fine no matter what. Unfortunately, I think Damage just had the speed control the whole game here, and Fury was definitely relying on getting the Trick Room set up to get that advantage, and it never came up.
No doubt.
And I call the knockoff taunt play. I think was kind of the final play, right?
Yeah, for sure. That just swung the game because I don't know if Fury was even thinking about that one bit. I probably wouldn't have thought about it if it would have happened to me, and I've been like, goddamn. So. Very good play.
Yeah, so that's gonna be it. But I think we really highlighted some big attackers on both of these teams, right? That Hoopa does huge damage getting Okos, and also the Ursa Luna I was pretty also impressed, especially with the Terra Normal, how much damage that ended up doing.
Yeah.
But I think it just came down to the speed control, and also that first game Sinistra, right, really made a big push to keep the Jolteon was very pressuring to the Sinistra, right? I mean, sorry, the Jolteon was pressuring to the whole team, and Sinistra actually single-handedly kind of took it out just with Machagachas. So I think Sinistra was actually a pretty, had a pretty big role in, especially in that first game.
I think
looks like I think we're gonna have damage here for a quick post-match interview. It doesn't look like we're gonna end up getting Fury, but that's okay. Congratulations. Let me ask you really quick. I really like the knockoff taunt play that you did into that Oranguru. Is there... I mean, did you expect the Mentler, or did you expect any other items, or kind of what's your thinking behind that, I guess?
I mean, I thought there was definitely a chance for like a Chople Berry to like kind of, or not Chople, I mean a Colbur Berry. Yeah, because I mean, Hyperspace Fury definitely like can always kind of kill at Oranguru, and she likes to run Protect, so I was kind of like concerned about that. So I wanted to weigh both, but figure like knockoff, like taunt there's always kind of free, and then like if she goes the Lilligant Torkoal lead there, it was more of like a Bulldoze gimmick was what I was kind of planning for there, so I kind of covered both. But Jolteon honestly caused like a lot of trouble. I wish I brought Sinistra game too. That was kind of a mistake on my end, because Sinistra like with Weezing can do a lot of damage, like just kind of like counter Ursaluna and Jolteon in a lot of ways because of neutralizing gas, and then Jolteon just not having like a ton of good ways to hit it. So I think that was like what made that game a little trickier, even if I did stop Trick Room.
Yeah, I was impressed that first game with the Jolteon just outspeeding most of your team and doing a lot of damage, honestly, to Hoopa and to Weezing. And there's definitely, and the Sinistra had to kind of clutch up to kind of take out that Weezing.
Yeah,
take out the Jolteon. I mean, yeah.
It definitely made Torn like not a viable bring. It felt like, because it's just like Torn could just instantly be like an Oko range from like just a Thunderbolt off lead. And that was kind of like something I knew could be the case. And it was I was happy not to see Hariyama though at the same time, because I think it made Regigigas like pretty good off lead, but they did a good job weakening it down to where Selena could just pick it off game 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, you didn't even have Tailwind on your Tornadus, which obviously speed wasn't really an issue this game for you either, just because like...
No, the way I felt like pretty good about the speed tiers. I could have done something like a Scarf Hoopa maybe just for Jolteon, but basically it was just kind of Jolteon could outspeed my team, and then no one else really could.
Yeah.
But like Crawdaunt having like Aqua Jet made it pretty interesting from like a lead standpoint, because those two together could do like, like a Thunderbolt into an Aqua Jet and like double Infernape, or like, she could have easily just Aqua Jetted my Hoopa there at the end, and I think it may have actually killed. I didn't.
Yeah,
I'm not really sure. Probably.
Yeah. I would assume it does. You got in a good position where you kind of could take care of it no matter what. But yeah, Aqua Jet pressure the priority was pretty important. I don't want to keep you too much longer. Just it was a pretty quick set, and I guess who do you think on your team was the MVP this set?
Well, Sinistra was definitely like a really huge contributor game 1 to be. Even if they didn't come game 2, they just like completely stalled out the kind of offense and just like let me just get away with like spamming matcha gachas and doing good chip. Overall, I'd probably even if they only came game 1, I'd probably say Sinistra, 'cause I don't think anyone really stood out game 2. It was kind of just like a team effort. You could always say Hoopa, but I feel like Hoopa just kind of like cleaned people up. He wasn't really like leading the charge per se.
I think that's very fair. Well, I mean, I think that's about it. Another match of the week, and then next week we're gonna have Pixixie and the King of Lies, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
should be an interesting
veteran versus a newcomer. So
Yeah,
sir.
and we're approaching the end of the season here.
Two more regular season match of the weeks, you know.
Yeah, and then we get a lot more stream matches, and when the playoffs comes around, hopefully, right? So
we'll see.
We'll be looking out for that. We'll be looking out for that, right?
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yep.
See you guys next week, then.
Have a good night, everybody. See you.